McNugget, and today this is our 1-year update video of the John Deere 316, and I'm going to talk about what we've done to it and the future plans for it. So, as you may know if you watched my channel before, which most of you who see this probably haven't even seen my channel before. Anyway, it leaked oil terribly. I mean, really bad, like a terrible oil leak. And we fixed it, and it actually wasn't that big of a deal. It was just the oil filter adapter gasket, which the oil filter screws onto it, and it's like, you know, an adapter. It screws into it, and that bolts to the block, and it was just the gasket right there, and it was leaking like crazy. Pretty easy fix, and actually the bolts that hold it on were loose and blew out the gasket, so hey, that was $10 and what, 30 minutes time. That was pretty easy. And so we haven't really had much issues with it besides that, but the engine is pretty well worn out. It smokes pretty good, but you know, it's still a good engine. It has great compression. It's just, you know, burning oil. We don't really know how much hours it has on it exactly. I'll show you. All we know,
about 10 years ago, this went out.
Oh, you have to raise it here. Pull up the hood.
Here.
So this right here is all we know.
This is the last time I had 800, so more than 10 years ago. I had 894 hours. 11 what?
7, 5. My birthday.
05.
My birthday of 05.
So 2019 now. So what, 14 years ago?
Yeah, I was 2 years old when they wrote that. That's
so
fucking
14
nuts.
years ago I had 894 hours. And from what I know, they didn't use it really much after that because, I mean, I guess it had a bad oil leak for a while. They never fixed it, just use it like that.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it has anywhere from 1,200 to 1,500 hours. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
It very well could have 1,500 hours on it. Not hard hours either, just like mowing the lawn. That's what I use it for. It mowed the lawn.
But I mean, for how much it's been used, there's actually not much wrong with it. And this thing was, I'm pretty sure this was on a big lot of property before we got it. Like they used the shit out of it.
They mowed like an acre probably.
Yeah, I mean they used it a lot. Anyway,
maybe every couple months, twice, 2 to 3 times a month they mowed.
I mean, besides the oil leak, we haven't really had any mechanical issues. Now the battery, we had to get a new battery. It's always been bad, which...
And we're pretty sure it has a bad fuel pump, because when it runs out of gas, you put new fuel in it, it cannot get fuel to the filter. You have to take this off, prime the carburetor, and then choke it and turn it over until it gets fuel.
Yeah, that's no joke. Like, if it completely runs out of gas and you put gas in it, it will not pump it to the engine.
Another issue we're having is it burns a shit ton of oil. And it has power though. I mean, it has good compression. It's just, I guess the oil rings are not too good no more.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. After fixing the oil leak, we're all, what the fuck? I mean, sorry, language.
Still
who
use
cares?
oil.
We were like, man, it's still going down in oil, but it's actually burning it, which is not a good thing. Yeah.
You put thinner oil in it, now it burns even more.
Yeah,
before
it's
it was
just
like, and now it's probably gonna put thicker oil.
I'm definitely gonna put 15W40 in it. So the only thing we've actually had to do to this was we had to fix that oil leak with the gasket. We had to get a new battery, and when I was towing stuff, that hose cracked and fell off, and the oil was going everywhere.
It was so rotted it blew off right here at the adapter.
Yeah, and it was going everywhere.
It was spewing everywhere, and I just put it back on. And
Oh shit! Did you hear that?
Wow.
Okay, well ignore that. Ignore that. Luckily, I was towing my cousin behind on a piece of board, and he saw that before something went wrong. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. We're going to talk about the future plans for it. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a P218G, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Before we talk about that though, if you haven't watched the channel before, we got this for free. Didn't pay a cent.
Oh shit.
We didn't pay a cent for this. A friend we knew, he's a mechanic, and this was his dad or his grandpa. His grandpa passed away, and his uncle got it. His uncle didn't want it because he thought it was a piece of shit. It leaked oil, so the mechanic gave it to us. He's a diesel mechanic in North Dakota. He said he didn't know what was wrong with it. He said the motor could be shot or it could be a seal. So it took us about almost a year to figure out what it was. And then once we found the leak, it was about probably 7-8 months ago. Shit. 1 week got a seal for it. And it's kind of depressing because we have a storage here. We went to the storage and we already had a gasket for it. But we didn't know because we haven't seen that box of gaskets. And fucking 2 years.
Yeah.
We already had one before, but we bought one.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's crazy. We fucking have one for it.
I mean, the only thing it really needs now is a new belt because it keeps on throwing. It's chewed. It needs new blades.
Yeah.
It needs new tire on that side.
Yeah, sorry about the shaky camera. I don't know why I'm shaking.
It needs about, I don't know, $100 worth of stuff. Probably a belt, new blades, and a tire.
Yeah. Now, talking about the future stuff, we don't know exactly what we're going to do, okay? A rebuild kit for this motor is extremely expensive. You know,
$1,800.
Yeah, and, you know, we don't have that kind of money. But probably more than likely we're going to put a 670 Predator into it. Yeah, I understand this, though. A Chinese motor going to an old American piece of iron. I understand that. I don't really care for doing that. But, I mean, that's really the best decision we have to choose, because, I mean, you know, we could just do a little overhaul, put new rings and stuff in it.
And we
but,
might
I mean,
do that. We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if we end up having the confidence, we'll just put, I mean, we can buy a gasket set for about $80, buy new rings,
But then again,
new
though,
bearings.
it's an old motor. Even if we do that, it's not going to last forever.
If we hone it out, put new rings and stuff in it, and new bearings, we'll probably get another 1,000 hours out of the motor, which is not going to be very long. When we move again, we'll probably mow lawns with it and doing a lot of work with it and driving it around town because that town don't care. So 1,000 hours, probably in, you know, a year and a half, 2 years, it'll be smoking again. So we could do that, but then it'll probably just be a waste of time because it'll eventually be running again. We don't know. But if we do put a Predator, all we gotta do is raise the Predator a little bit because it won't line up with the axle perfectly. So you gotta raise it like 1.5 to 2 inches, and then buy the adapter for the flywheel, and then bam, put the pulley on the front. It's got a brand new motor, and you don't have to modify anything. You don't have to drill, weld, nothing.
It does need a new seat too, but
Yeah, well, seat's $50. So
one thing I have to talk about is you might notice all that junk right there, right? Well, there's a whole story to that, which I'm going to tell. And if you see my Instagram, you've probably already seen it. But anyway, that shed was about to, it was a shed, believe it or not. It was about to fall on the ground. It was terrible. So it was my great idea to take this and yank it down, which we did, and you can see the carnage. And we're waiting for someone to come pick up all the metal and wood and shit.
yeah, someone's gonna come get it.
Yeah, so I know it looks like crap right now. It looks like trash, but because of what it is. But yeah, this thing's a beast. This thing does everything I ever wanted. Like, I mean, dude, you could pull 500 pounds up a hill going full throttle, and it just chugs along, dude. It doesn't even really bog at all. It's just fucking awesome.
I pulled at the other house. I pulled my brother and 2 of our cousins. So I would say 400 pounds probably.
Yeah, up a hill, a steep
400
hill.
pounds, and I would say, I don't know, what do you say, 40% grade?
Yeah, that's freaking
Right,
crazy.
pretty
Yeah,
steep.
yeah.
Shit, chugged right along.
I know, it was crazy. It didn't even spin out either. It was just
I mean,
freaking
this thing,
chugging.
look at the rear end of this thing. John Deere 315s are awesome, and 18s. Look at that beefy ass rear end.
Oh, yeah.
It's got drum brakes on each side. It's got a 3-point harness.
Which we never even used the brake pedal.
Yeah.
That brake pedal's useless.
It's got a 3.5 gallon gas tank, and this thing.
I mean, if you want to stop, right, and you're going like this, right, you just pull it down the neutral if you need to stop real fast and just slide the tires. That's really your brake, really.
It's got hydraulics, front, and we don't have in the front, I don't think.
Yeah, it does.
Or not in the rear, I mean. You could put some in the rear, it's like $200, but it's got hydraulics in the middle. If you want to mount something in the middle, but we have a deck, obviously. It's got hydraulics in the back. They don't have hydraulic inlets and outlets, only the front, but the back has hydraulic.
But you can convert it, though, if you wanted to.
Yeah, and it has a rear PTO and a front PTO, if you wanted to mount whatever.
Yeah.
It's got a ball hitch.
Another thing I had to say is, let's just, okay, I mean, you can't use the brake. Let's just say if that's up all the way and you're going fast as you can, all right? And you slam on this, look, it brings that down to neutral. See, I mean, it's pretty much your brake.
But it's just quicker to
Yeah.
you just slap it down and it go right to neutral.
Yeah. So, one of us is going to take a ride. Who's doing it?
I guess I will.
All right, he's going to take a ride in this.
Yeah.
Just let you see it. In the future, you know, after putting the motor in or before, we might paint it, which probably will. It's going to be painted eventually.
I'll start it up real quick.
Oh, yeah, baby. That's America right there. It doesn't start too bad on cold start, but when you really get it hot, it starts really good. You know, that's probably the rings and the valve guides together making that happen. You know, for how old it is and for how much this thing's been used, everything's actually pretty solid. I mean, nothing's really majorly wrong with it. I mean, the motor's worn out, yeah, but everything else is great on it. There's no rear end problems or anything. There's no slack or anything. It's pretty good. Yeah, this thing's a pretty good tractor. I'd definitely say this is one of the best garden tractors ever made. The frame, dude, it definitely, I mean, it rivals or is even bigger than a truck frame. You know what I mean? It's gigantic. It's overly built, and I've heard that from other people on YouTube, that they're overly built. But hey, that's great about them. They're fucking tough as shit. So you can see, runs pretty good. So, oh, that tire does leak, but you know that's all right. We'll fix it eventually. You can see the tires are not the same. That one's obviously newer.
Besides everything else, another issue we have, which is just from wear and tear, is if it sets a while, the deck will slowly lower. That's because
Yeah, you know
the
what?
hydraulic pump will not hold pressure. But you can actually buy a gasket kit for that, and you can replace the internals and stuff.
Now, here's something weird about this though. I don't understand. When we first got it, it did not do that. Okay, and we removed the deck for wintertime, right? You know, because we didn't need the deck in wintertime because we were pulling trailers and shit with it. But anyway, once we put the deck back on, we noticed that problem. So I don't know what happened. I mean, we didn't really mess with any hydraulics or anything, so I don't understand why it's doing it. Something not adjusted right or something. I don't know why that would even change that. So, but if you like the John Deere, give us a like. If you like our channel, give us a subscribe, right? I know a lot of people like these garden tractors, so hopefully we'll get some views on here. And yeah, have a good day.